Which one of those do you find like when they have higher numbers? Like, is the strength biased towards your kids that you see have success, or your kids that are faster and able to jump higher? Do you see them go and have more success in sport? Like, is there one that on that teeter totter where if an athlete's pushed more towards that skill, do you see them have more success in sport?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely the speed side of things. I didn't mention this one, but we also do the 505, 510, 516 change of direction stuff. And the athletes that can uh, produce force quickly, get to top speeds, and then also be able to decelerate are the ones that are going to succeed the most in field work. Weight room side to me matters, but that's something that we're going to see go up just as the athlete develops. It's not something that, like, just because an athlete has a huge front squat, does that mean they're going to be able to run faster than someone else who play better on the field? Not always.
Yeah. No, that's why I wanted to highlight that. So I kind of baited you in that because I think I come from a background where, the first 3 years of my gym, 4 years of my gym, strength was everything. And I think there's a lot of coaches still making that mistake where they're worried about the strength numbers, strength numbers, strength numbers. Um, but that's not what necessarily translates over to the field. And I will say, like, my fastest, highest jumping athletes, they're never weak, right? So you have to be a certain base level of strength to produce force quickly, right? But there's also this thing where you can put so much like effort into the strength side that you actually lack on the ability to recruit quickly, which sport is trending towards. Like even the NFL, like I think in the last combine there was like literally O linemen that ran 5 flat or under 5 seconds in a 40-yard dash, which is like insane, right? Like you didn't see that in the '80s, but that's where sports trending. Even the big guys is like speed and power tend to be the better performers on the field. And I think it's also important to talk about like the when we're moving the body as quickly as we can, like when we talk about top speed, I think there's just so much systemic benefit from that. Like I would argue that the acceleration stuff is more important in most sports, like if you can get to a higher speed quicker, that's where you're going to really see some breakout stuff. But the top speed is just the systemic benefits of moving the body, doing the thing that moves the fastest, the most force out of anything you can do. You can't replicate it in a weight room. The amount of force that goes through a single leg at a time, like that, in my opinion, that raises, like Tony Holler says, like everything around it. Like, have you seen that with your athletes? Like when they're getting to really ridiculous speeds, I mean, do you find that they're pretty good at everything else that they do?
100%, 100%. And to kind of go back on the base level of strength, that to me also falls in kind of the building the foundation is they have to have a base level of strength to be able to produce an appropriate amount of force to have speed, right? Especially depending on how developed the athlete is. We might have somebody who's a little bit more twitchy that can get to a high speed, but maybe they aren't very strong, and that's a ceiling that we can bring up for them. But younger developed athletes, some of our female athletes that really do need to get stronger, that can definitely play a role in their speed. To your point, in the field, we can spend so much time thinking that the back squat has to be at this number. Their RDL needs to be this number, their clean. Those things matter. But if we're chasing that, but we're not chasing the speed, then we're missing a piece of the 100%. And it's even how they're moving the bar. Like, okay, here's your max weight, but how fast did you move? And I think that has a huge implication for what they're going to do on the field. And being able to get to high speed quickly, be able to change direction quickly, all those things are what makes an athlete good. And if you can't see that coming out in your training, you don't see that that's getting better for that athlete. You can go and watch them play, and they're not they're not they're not getting into those positions quickly. Then there's something that we need to do.
Yeah.